Hi, Tyson. I just wanted to ask you if this year is kind of working out the way you figured it might when you came here to play with McDavid and Draisaitl and be part of that power play. Is that this kind of what you envisioned it would be?
Yeah, I think this was definitely kind of the hope for it, and come in and have an opportunity on that power play and a chance to play with you know some of the best players in the world. Probably the best player in the world, obviously. So it was. There's a lot of thought that went into it at free agency, but very grateful it's working out.
Do you have a different appreciation for McDavid and Draisaitl now playing with them as opposed to kind of watching them from a distance the last couple of years?
Yeah, totally. You get a totally different feel for a guy and kind of what they're capable of when you play with them, and I think that's definitely the case this year. Obviously you see the highlights and they're good, and you play against them, a couple times a year, but you don't get a true feel until you play with them and see how special they are on a nightly basis, and how they drive to play every night is pretty incredible.
Daniel Nugent-Bowman, The Athletic.
Hey Tyson, I asked a little bit about you a little bit about the power play last week, and I'd just like to kind of maybe ask another question, just in the sense of how you, as a defenseman, kind of approach things there. I mean, you'd think most guys in your situation with Connor McDavid, just give him the puck, let him do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you also, you're pretty confident back there. You have Leon Draisaitl on the other side, maybe Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the middle as well. How do you kind of approach things when you have so many different options?
Yeah, it makes my job really easy. There's even when you might make the wrong decision, it ends up being the right decision because there's so many weapons out there. And for myself, it's there's things I do within my game that have made me successful over my career, and I try to stick with those and not overthink it. And if someone's open, give it to them. If there's a shot available, take it. And I think I got a pretty good one-timer, so hopefully if I can hit a few of those, it maybe opens the flanks up a little more for those guys. So there's no rocket science to it. It's just trying to do it consistently and put these guys in good situations.
And yeah, you mentioned your shot, and I know you can shoot it, but with those guys on the flanks, is there ever hesitation to pull the trigger because you might want to give the puck to the two best scorers in the league?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely, you want the puck in their hands a lot, and I shot one last night. I think it got blocked, and Connor was waiting for it on the other side. So there's situations like that, but that's hockey. You're gonna go, you're gonna go have power plays where everything's clicking, and then sometimes it's gonna go a little dry. But you just, you're trying to make the high percentage plays and make the right play more than the wrong one.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Tyson, how is Mike Smith different as a goaltender from any other goaltender you've played in front of?
Intensity is probably the thing that comes to mind. Spitty's about as intense as they come, and he's a competitor, and he wants to win so bad every night and be a big part of that. And hard to say enough good things about Smitty. He's a great guy, and obviously a huge part of this team, and the way he's played this year is incredible. Not just for someone his age, but for any goalie, really. I think he's got to be kind of working his way into that top of the league, Vezina talk, and it's great to see.
Is his strength that he's dialed in from the minute the game starts? I mean, like forward is, and where like Connor is to make a difference. It seems like often, goalies make the saves early in the game, and then at the end of the night it's 6-1, and you say, the goalie didn't have to do much, but last night, as usual, Smith made some saves in the first couple of minutes, and Winnipeg didn't get the lead.
Smitty was great again last night. I think obviously the score was a little lopsided and it got away, but I mean, he was making big saves all night, even at the end when they were they're pressing and putting some pressure on us. He made like 3 old school kind of outrageous saves there in the last 5 minutes. But he's ready to go from puck drop, and that's just it's kind of who he is and how he runs his program. He's so dialed in and focused and getting prepared is part of his thing, so it's not surprising.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Hey Tyson, just another question about Connor, if I may. How would you describe the way he uses deception in his game? Like, you played against him for a long time and had to defend against that, but we're seeing he seems to be using a lot of that in his game to generate offense this year. How would you describe that part of his game?
Incredible. I don't really know how he does it, to be honest, the way that he's able to, kind of push the puck ahead into positions and, give himself a step and give himself some extra time. And, I mean, it's pretty special to watch every night. He's doing something that seems pretty crazy. And the thing about him is he can beat you wide. He can stick handle through you, and he's got a good shot. And then he's always looking to pass too. He's always ready to find a guy who's open. So it's I imagine it's just a complete nightmare to try to defend. And obviously you're seeing that this year with the stats he's putting up and the way he's driving our team. So it's just a special player doing special things.
I mean, teams spend a lot of time and effort and energy trying to figure out ways to shut the best players in the world down. It would seem Connor maybe puts a lot of effort into trying to evolve his offensive game. Have you noticed that in him? Like, I know you've only been his teammate for a bit here, but he seems to come back each year with whether it's new tricks or like he's trying to stay ahead of the curve with generating.
Well, I think when you're talking about Connor McDavid, you're talking about the best player in the world, and he takes that title very seriously, and he wants to be the best. He wants our team to be the best, and he's always working on things and taking care of his body and trying to find an advantage. And I think you're seeing him reap the rewards of that right now, and I'm sure you'll see it down the road too. I don't think he's done yet. So pretty fun to be able to play with him on a nightly basis and get to see it all firsthand.
Last question, Paul Gazzolo, Oilers TV.
Hey, Tyson. I apologize for another Connor question, but he obviously did what he does yesterday, and he's now 19 points away from 100, and he doesn't put too much stock in that. But how much is a feat like that respected by his teammates and his peers around the league?
Pretty crazy. I think, like you said, he's not putting too much stock into it. He's put up the big numbers, and I think the big thing for him is the playoff success and winning here. So I know he's not too worried about it, but whether he hits it or not, I think what he's done this year is, kind of eye-opening. I guess not eye-opening. He's been doing it for a while, but just it's respected throughout the league, and whether he hits that number or not, it'd be a nice, I guess, feather in the cap. But what he's done this year is it's being seen around the league, and everyone kind of appreciates just how special it is.